Hey guys, Tyler2K here, and today we're going to take a look at the Jack-8 trailer. As usual, everything you see here is pure speculation, and anything might change by time of final release. Also be sure to check out my Tekken 8 mechanics breakdown in the top right corner. New to T8, Jack now has a flexing stance, and he has a wide variety of follow-ups, including a Power Crush burst seen here. In Heat mode, the stance is armored, and follow-up attacks have additional properties. That makes his flex stance more similar to Gigas' down 3+4 Power Crush. The problem is that every attack shown thus far from flex is incredibly fast. It seems so fast that counterplay might not even be possible. So the question becomes, when does a stance stop being a stance and instead is just a follow-up? But that's probably a conversation for a later time. Jack opens up with the sidestep 2 that now deals chip damage as signified by the red flames on King. Jack then follows up with a down 1 flex 2, looking nearly identical to P-Jack down 1-2. Jack has a new 24 frame jumping guard break that when he hits the ground, enters into flex stance and gives massive plus frames. Here we see flex 1, a homing hard knockdown attack guaranteeing EMGF as a follow-up. This property is very reminiscent of Gigas Rage Drive. Jack punishes Atlas Hammer with a down forward 2 into an immediate up forward 1 follow-up, which then transitions into flex 2, causing spin. He then dashes up with a forward 1-2-2 ender. Jack performs a new 2-3 Punisher that visually looks very similar to Gigas Wall Stand 2-3. It should also be noted that Jack's eye glows red when he does this. Could this be a sign of a special charge state, or possibly a just frame Punisher? King tries to steal his turn back with a Power Crush back 3, but Jack properly read it and uses a new 1+2 Power Crush to keep his churn going. This procs a hazard zone, throwing King into the air. Jack then does a single hit spin option, up forward 1, which appears to hit lower now, finishing the combo with a back 3-2 into flex drill punch, an animation looking nearly identical to P-Jack's sidestep 2. Jack performs a jackhammer attack that now seems to track sidestep left, but instead of hard knockdown, he now transitions into flex stance, where flex 3 is a counter hit launcher, and he follows up with down forward 1-1, causing a spin state where King is left right next to Jack. He then pops Heat Burst, spiking King into the floor, allowing for a back 3-2 flex Megaton Punch ender. King tries to do full crouch down forward 2, but gets punished by a newly buffed forward 1+2 that now hits on I-14. This is also a Heat Engager that seems to guarantee a Heat Smash afterwards. It should also be noted that Jack Heat Smash does appear to be I-10. That means once per round he will have access to a very strong I-10 Punisher. Jack forward 3 can now go into flex stance, where he has access to P-Jack's back 1+2, now a Power Crush. This is also a Heat Engager, allowing Jack to follow up with further pressure. And since Jack is in Heat mode, his flex stance is now armored, allowing him to absorb King's hits, where Heat Flex 1 is not just an armored attack, but is now a blue spark launcher as well. This allows Jack to do a dash up 1+2, which acts as spin feller, ending with a dash up back 2. And speaking of back 2, it can now be heat dash cancelled for full launch. Jack then follows up with a new forward 1-2-1 that now causes spin with a similar animation to P-Jack's sidestep 1. Jack finishes the combo with a back 3-2 flex 4 ender. And finally, Jack launches King with down 1+2 into a new Rage Art. And what I find interesting is that Jack seems to smash his arm into the ground, almost similar to Gigas. This makes me wonder if it would be an off the ground attack. Jack then summons a laser cannon that we see in his intro, and then he goes on to absolutely annihilate King